And here we go again, regarding, have you lived a life worthy of note? Let me get on this closely, because this picture appeared in many newspapers. That's me attempting to wear glasses while playing ball, which really never worked out. I even tried contact lenses in college. It didn't really work out. And it says, Kent Kruger, hospitalized, missed picture. That's because I had been injured. This whole presentation is going to be disjointed and out of sequence, because it's just not possible. It would take me months to present my life in any sort of organized form. And let me pull this up, and here you go. There's the reason right there. This is the jerk. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's obviously me, the giant. Jim Dados, the Greek. And that looks like Lewis, who later worked for the State Department, I think. But this was our pro front four. We started running in 1970. And there's Kurt Anderson, who never apologized for leaving his feet and taking out my right knee. That's why it says on here, hospitalized, missed picture. Well, there's a picture. So these, newspapers are kind of weird. I'm going to just start pumping out tonight, and whenever the hell I feel like it, I'm going to start digging into all of these packets that were collected by other people. To tell you the truth, in my day, I didn't give a crap about oh, there's some serious glare on there. In my day, I didn't really give a crap about photos or stuff in the newspapers, and didn't collect them. They were just given to me by family members, and I'd stick them into envelopes such as this right here, so that's how that happens. Let's go on here and see what we come up with. Let's take a complete break here and jump up to college ball. And here's, on the official letterhead of my sugar daddy, one Earl von der Goltz, a very nice Dutch Jewish man, but cheap as shit. But he also knew he kind of knew the rules, which is you can't give a player a lot of money. And his daughter, by the way, was lovely. She was same year as me. What's the date on that? August 20th, 1973. Mr. Kent Kruger, Athletic Department, Texas A&M, College Station, Texas. Dear Kent, as we discussed, please see if you can locate the 1973 license receipt on your car, which he had bought. And that's the signature of Earl von der Goltz, who lived in the Jewish section of Houston, known as Bel Air. Let me just start jumping around here now. I just really don't give a rat's ass about various things. Here's because really one of the things I'm trying to do is, there's this homosexual who's living in a shelter up in Yonkers, New York. Real big, tall, fat bastard who's just, his mother was a junkie and so on. He's been attacking me in social media for months and stuff like that. And 1970, we had a pretty bad record because I was out for a part of the year, but it doesn't match what Actually, I think it's talking about, on the packet, it's talking about the 1970 that happened in Texas. Because, like on here, Carmont reigns on Menlo Atherton 26-8. And you have to go through this whole thing to get to where it mentions me somewhere down here as the ass kicking. That's why these things are always so long, is, you know, linemen, see these little fags up here that are much beloved by all the other little fags who take the pictures. See, all these people right here are like little fags. Little, you know, 160 pounds, 175 pounds. Oh, none of these people in here, in this whole picture, weighs more than, nobody in here weighs more than 180 pounds. And that's what they wanted. That's kind of what high school athletics is all about, is the promotion of people who have tiny penises and tiny little bodies, especially out in California. Let me just throw it up here and let's see what else we can come up here with. Oh, this is going to be coming up pretty soon. Yeah, here we go. Bikes out to improve double duty in the backfield. Here's a real interesting one. Football isn't everything. Varsity football isn't the only. I'll get into that until later. But one of the things I'm looking for is this rare. There's only one of them. I'm going to put up on eBay for auction. Let me take this off the. Stop that glare. There's I know I still own somewhere in my storage, I own the only remaining copy of a piece of unauthorized publication dating back to the spring of 1970, which led to the resignation of a high school principal who really should have thanked me and so on, and because he was only like 5'4", and all it really did was his oh gosh, isn't that incredible? Carmont versus Newark tentative football program, and Newark, I think, was somewhere in the East Bay. It must have been a preseason game. And this James Stegall that I talk about, I'm going to do a whole story on him. Is he kicked me out of school for taking my civil rights and free speech stand. I'm going to get to that here in a minute here more. And here's the all SPL team, which, if you notice, I'm not on there because guess what? I'm in the hospital this year. Even though I was the best player in the SPAL, that's not how the sports writers do it. They do it all their own little way. And here's some goofy fag bastard Powder Puff Bowl Sunday. Ed Jakubowski. And it's probably actually talking about my sister. But I doubt it. We'll get to it. I bet you it does. Baltimore, Powder Puff. It's all I know is that usually people didn't give me stuff like that unless I was mentioned in it. Here we go. Here's three schools join in choice of principal. That's not important right now. Now I'll start getting towards, let me get down here and really dig out some headlines that you can really see before. There's another copy of pardon me. But then again, don't pardon me. I don't give a shit. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. Because this is about my life, a life worthy of note, whereas yours was not. Twig Riders. And let me get down to, okay, here you go. I'll come to the next one here in a second. Busing plan to change. This is May 14th, 1971. Actually, I'd already graduated high school by 71. I stuck around an extra year and took what we now call advanced placement courses for Stanford or wherever, and they primarily focused on English. And I say I just did 11 minutes, so I better step it up. And here you go. Now this, I'm going to focus for several minutes on this. Here's the guy wearing the Veterans of Foreign Wars cap. That's Steve Agnew, the guy who I saved his ass up in Reading from being busted. He later went on, I was told, to become a fairly prominent attorney and so on. But here you go, the Carl Monitor, Carmont, California. 45 face forced transfer. The chosen see dim future. And they're talking about being forced, 45 of them. One of them turned out to be this Canadian gal that was stalking me and raping me when I was like 14, Linda Arrington. They were talking about their dim future, about being sent to an all-black high school down in Palo Alto. And I think there's some more on the same. Here you go, yeah. This was the first Earth Day. Earth Day top priority for Sierra Club. In this particular year, this was the first Earth Day. For those of you who are into history and stuff like that, this was the first Earth Day ever in history. So I'll go into this more and more as I go along. I'll get in deeper, but I'm just trying to give an overview right now about a life that's worthy of note. And these are some of the notes. And here you go again. There's another copy of 45 face forced transfer. And another of that one. People used to give me all kind of duplicate copies of stuff. Let me see. Scott's Scare SPL leader. Gun ekes out 14-7 win. That was the only game we lost that year, my senior year. That was the only game we lost. And Gun was clearly on meth and everything else. They were just hyped up. You know, we could always spot the teams that were doing dope. And that year, Gun was on dope. And they only beat us by 3 points, I'm sorry. And stuff. It's, okay, 14 minutes. Let me keep going. Varsity opener against Newark. That was one of the pregame deals. And it looks like I'm going to have to end this right here. Oh, wait. We have our token Negro. He even appears on, I'll show you a whole from the Redwood City Tribune later on. Here's one of our token Negroes who never accomplished nothing, never went anywhere, never did anything. And he's wearing the number of a friend of mine who was the Heisman Trophy winner, John David Crow. 15 minutes, I'm out.